We really saved America before GTA 6. I don't know why, but this has me thinking, you know how there's this thing called separation of church and state? I kind of think there should also be another one called separation of government and memes. So that's an easy one. Everything's going to be completed before GTA 6. I'll be at 100,000 subs before GTA 6. It just feels very, how do you do fellow kids-ish. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video for the day. We are heading back into r/InsanePeople Facebook. And if you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. Also, if you guys would like to save 10% on your next order of gamer subs, use code Tommy at checkout, or click the link down below. It'll automatically apply to the discount to your transaction, and it helps support the channel. Thank you. Unfortunately, our person that we have watching the kids isn't going to work out. Therefore, I'm on the lookout yet again. I need someone to watch my almost 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. Monday through Friday, approximately 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Long-term preferred. Great for a mom or grandma just looking for an extra income and to keep your day busy. I can afford $210 a week, max. Yes, you know, because $200 a week definitely seems like a freaking steal. I don't know what decade you think you're living in, but $210 a week does not work the same as the decade you think you're from. Especially since you're asking, what was it, 9.5 hours of work for $210 a week? Because last I checked, you take 220 divided by 45, which is the 9.5 or 9 rounding, times 5. Yeah, that don't add up to much per day. Not worth it. And if we really wanted to get into it, we could go down to per day per kid. And yeah, definitely not worth it. Any job is more viable than this. If the burger fast food restaurants sell 10 to 11 million burgers daily, and we got 2,000 burgers per cow, and it takes a cow about 1.5 years to grow to be slaughtered, then 11 million divided by 2,000 equals 5,500 cows per day times 550 live a cow before slaughter. That would, equal out to 3 million cows just for burgers, not steaks, roast, etc. Another 4 million cows for dairy and steak roast, etc. I am not sure we are eating cows anymore, especially after they have removed all of the source labels on meat. 16 million Americans died in 2025. Where are all of the cemeteries being built? Firstly, that implies that everybody is not being cremated. Secondly, I'm going to take a wild guess and say that you don't know how much farmland there actually is in the US. And lastly, your post was set to public, so I already knew this was going to be stupid. The Washington, D.C. Park Police believe that they have identified 2 individuals associated with Antifa who have dumped 5-gallon buckets full of aggressive green algae in the reflecting pool late Saturday night. The algae blooms we're seeing aren't typical of this region. The Parks Department spokesman, Ben Giroux, this stuff came from the swamps of Georgia, and it was dumped into the pools on purpose. Investigators tracked a pickup truck entering the National Mall area around 2 a.m. when 2 men were spotted dumping an unknown substance and vacating the area with quickness. We know who they are. Once we know where they are, they'll be in custody. Liberals will do anything to Trump. Hi there, person that actually knows how this stuff works based on past experience with fish tanks. The thing is, when you paint the inside of the reflection pool a darker color, the darker color happens to trap heat, heating up the water, and making algae a natural breeding ground. That's why it happened all at the same time, because the entire area was being heated up. Also, Lord knows how much bacteria is coming off of people's feet. Stop sticking your feet in the reflecting pool. The algae happened after Trump decided to paint the bottom of the reflection pool a dark blue, that darker color being something that traps heat. Same thing can happen to any fish tank that you happen to have near the windowsill, or in any area that you happen to have natural light being able to reach. Seriously though, stop putting your feet in the reflecting pool. I don't know the purity of that water, but I know it's not sanitary. Shit's only a step above the Baltimore Inner Harbor, and that bar's already pretty dang low itself.
If you're a guy and you don't got trophies like this, then sit down and be quiet. I got your maxi page for ya.
Yes, because apparently you're not a man if you moisturize your hands and, keep your hands from having calluses from doing workouts, or, God forbid, wear gloves while doing a workout. Shut up, I like having soft hands, okay? Dudes out here really trying to think you can gatekeep being a dude and everything? Screw yous. Today in Buffalo, New York, there are two men in black clothes, masks, driving over people on Busty Street. They had these weapons from the report that I saw, and drove off. Not found as of now. I lived on Main Street, just minutes up the street, and worked at the huge hospital there. There was crime, but not this. Sad because Buffalo has been a city of good neighbors. Some real decent folks live there. But with the housing situation Mamdani has created, the roaches will run out into the better areas. Mamdani is the mayor of New York City? What are you on about? The doofus is probably living in Florida long enough to forget that New York City is a day's drive away. But this enough to blame him for Buffalo's troubles. Hey, you just gotta love it, you happen to see New York, and then you forget that there's also New York, the New York City inside of New York and all that stuff, and not like any other cities exist inside of New York. Nope, just New York City, the state. Is a dog-free world possible? Why is there an r/dog-free subreddit? I read the discussion on here about dog-free parks and dog-free neighborhoods, which I support. But is this enough? I'm talking long-term here. Not everyone can afford to move to a dog-free neighborhood. And why should the burden be on us? Why are dog-free neighborhoods not the default? Shouldn't nutters have their designated neighborhoods where they could freely let their mutts do this on the street without bothering the rest of us? What is the final solution here? Could we get to a point where breeding becomes outlawed? Or are most people just too brainwashed by these parasites to get this point? It really is weird. Like, some people might not be a dog person, but then again, we have weirdos out here that just think dogs shouldn't exist as a whole. That's just weird. Hey, to break it to you, Skippy, you're not exactly going to be able to get that perfect world that you very much so want. Dogs have been around before you, during you, and I can absolutely guarantee they will be here after you. You can do stuff like keep your dog off my property signs. You can do those very much fine. There are people that very much do suck at picking up after their pets. Trust me, I work at a pet store where people have actually asked me to pick up after their pet. Stop it. But do I wish that dogs would not exist? No, very much not, because I'm an individual that happens to have common sense. Wishing that an entire existence of a species does not exist simply because you don't like it is not exactly a word I can say on YouTube. But I think it starts with a G if I last remember, and last I checked, that is not exactly morally acceptable. My only gripe with dog owners that I've ever had are the people that don't pick up after their pets, and also the few people that happen to come into the store for some reason thinking it's perfectly fine for them to let their dog off the leash inside of the store, and I just don't do anything with them because a lot of times they just wind up being the type of person to be aggressive and defensive with me when I ask them to put their dog on a leash. Oh yeah, that and the blatantly fake service animals. Like, if you have a dog vest that says service animal, but your dog is all the way on the other side of the store, sniffing other dogs' butts, I'm not gonna believe that that dog is there to do a service for you. Blaming bacteria for disease just because they are present at the same time as disease is like saying that firemen are the cause for fires, because they are after fires have started. Bacteria are there to clear diseases from the body. Ah yes, hey, guess what? Tetanus just joined the group chat. YouTube, I'm gonna say this right now, I'm not spreading medical misinformation, I'm just pointing out blatant stupidity.
The roundabout. It would be nice if the city council would give a good logical reason and explain what the reason there is a need for is. Because the truth, the country has been back to we the people on July 4th. The world will be shown the truth about the city and this county councils and their true agenda. There will be 10 to 12 days of staying at home. while the military comes to round up the rest of the evil ones. During this time, the world will see what has been going on behind our backs for a very long time, and it's not pretty. So prepare yourselves for the truth, because it's very evil.
Anybody else got that weird feeling in the back of your head that this person's questioning the roundabout because they don't know how it operates? And trust me, I've driven around people that don't know how a roundabout works, because, guess what? If you're in the middle of the roundabout already doing the rounding of abouting, you have the right of way, you dumbass. But with that, that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye!